A blind spot is a place in my life that I have not given access to God. I've said, no, you can change this and you can change that, but you do not have access there. A blind spot is a part of my life that God's light has not penetrated. I say, I don't want you to change this. This is mine. I'm going to keep this for myself. It's okay. It's not causing anybody any harm. I'm going to do this, and you keep away, God. But look what King David wrote in Psalm 139, verse 23. He says, search me. Underline those two words. Search me. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Test me. Underline those two words. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. Point out anything in me. Underline that. Point out anything in me that offends you and lead me. Underline that part. Lead me along the path of everlasting life. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. Do we want God to search us and know our heart? Do we want him to know our anxious thoughts? Verse 24, point out anything in me that offends you and lead me along the path of everlasting life. I mean, keep in mind the person writing this was King David. Like King David, if anybody maybe would be proud and would not want to ask for correction and rebuke, it would be the king. Because the king's like, hey, I can do what I want. I can do as I please. And yet here we find him asking God, God, will you search my heart? Search my thoughts. If there's anything in me that does not please you, make it apparent to me. Change me, transform me. He says, search me, test me, point out at me, lead me. But many successful people have a difficult time in owning their flaws. King David, he wanted his flaws pointed out to him. But many of us, we can't handle that. We can't handle the truth. We can't handle people pointing out the flaws. Instead, we say, tell me how good I am. Tell me how good I am. I'm not interested in my flaws. I just want to know how good I am. It's like if I ever invite you over to my house, and you come over to my house, and I show you around. I may show you around the house and say, oh, this is the house, and this is this room and that room. But let me tell you, there are some rooms that I won't let you in, okay? I mean, not like I'm going to fight you about it, but there's some rooms I'm just not going to let you in. I'm sure if I went to your house, it would be the same similar thing. Like there's some rooms that's like, okay, this is where I put all the junk that was scattered throughout the house, before you got here, and I just threw it all in there, locked the door so that it looks clean, okay? I don't want you going in there. There's things in my house that are personal and private. I'm not going to show you all of those things when you come over. Are there areas of our life, though, like that? Are there areas of our life that we don't let God in? Say, God, come into my life. Come into my life. Come and have your way. Oh, no, don't go in there, though. Don't start touching that. Don't mess with that. No, don't do that. Maybe there's a relationship. Maybe it's a financial issue. Maybe it's your education or your job. God, don't mess with that. You can mess with these other things, but don't mess with that. These are spiritual blind spots, things that we're blind to, things that we're saying, no, that's not a problem. I don't need you to work on that issue. See, really mature people, they want to know what's wrong with them. They want to know what the issues are. They want to know how they can improve and be better. So many people are like this, though, in your notes. So many people, they don't want to be around toxic people. We don't want to be around toxic people, but if we ever ask the question, what's toxic in me? Like, say, I don't want to be around toxic people. I'm like, well, you got to run a long way to get away from yourself then, Because we all have a little bit of toxic inside of us. Oh, I don't want to be around toxic people. Like, come on, ask the question, God, will you please reveal, like David said, will you reveal the blind spots in my own life? Will you reveal the toxic parts of me? Will you shape me and make me new in these areas?